Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is late or early Wednesday, November 20th, 2019. Just testing out some new things. Gonna have them ready to go for tomorrow night's radio show. A lot of people for a long time have been saying, Zach, you gotta improve the quality of your video. So, anyhow, going to start taking some of those steps, try to make it a little bit more engaging, and just by doing some simple things like adding the telephone number to the banner of the show, maybe get some new callers, some new voices, and also just have the 3 simple rules scrolling across the bottom of the screen might help facilitate the show. So have these improvements ready to go tomorrow. And something else that's exciting is, see if this transition works. Well, that's why we're testing. Shoot, I do not see. Actually, I just got to get used to it. I think it is on a delay even for me, just like it is for you. Let's try this one more time. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is the exciting news. So, the website that's been being built for a couple months now, the social networking platform for truth seekers, it is almost ready to launch. The whole purpose of this platform, and understand it's 100% free to use, there's no advertisements, there's no data tracking. It's a well-built site, very easy, very intuitive. It will be the social media platform for truth seekers. And the whole purpose of this project is to help people unite, organize, make more friends, and then as a community of people who agree to simple ideas. And Gematria doesn't have to be one of those, but just the idea that, we're not going in a good direction as a people. We have to do something to change the culture and get us from out underneath the wheels of tyranny which we all live under. And again, just simple rules and no trolling, no being cruel to one another, being able to agree to disagree, these types of things. We're all there. We understand we have a purpose to make the world a better place, the better place so many of us would like it to be. And it's very near launch. I stayed up late because they told me they thought they would be finished today. But it looks like it's going to take a little bit extra time. So anyway, it's almost ready. And very excited about that. And let me see. Playing around with this software, I've learned how to add some production quality to the video. And you might notice the ticker just changed in the bottom. There's going to be another website launching very soon. There's 2 websites being built. The other one will be gematriaeffectnews. There will be an online gematria calculator there. Sometimes people tamper with Derek's site, gematriaeffectnews.com, so there'll be a second place on the web with a very functional gematria calculator. Derek did a good job with his. Honestly, I think his still ours beat by a lot, but ours will continue to be developed and improved. I've hired a team of people to help us further this movement through the technology aspect for at least another year. So everything that will launch will continue to improve over the course of the year. So there's a paid-for team behind it, building these things to what it needs to be. But the other website that will launch will be gematriaeffectnews, not gematriaeffectnews.com, but gematriaeffect.news. And in time, I intend to make that something like, a legitimate source of truth-related news, and having contributors such as Rambo. For those of you who listen to the weekly radio program, Rambo, always a great caller. He's going to have his section called Rambo's Corner, and he's going to post his work there. and in time find more people that want to contribute to the site and do their postings. So, and of course, going to try to maintain high quality and engaging in important information. So anyhow, all of these things will be launching very soon. And what else is cool about the calculator that we are building is it's also going to be downloadable as an app, and I've chosen to make that free. The website development team thought I should charge for it because it was pretty expensive. It cost a lot more than I thought it was going to cost, but anyway, I told them that, you know, all of this stuff is being built already with the community's money, so I didn't want to charge anymore for the app. So there will be a free app to download as well. You'll have an awesome Gematria calculator that you can have on your phone, internet connection or not. And yeah, it's all not very far off. They said the app's at least 2 weeks further out, but the website should be up before that, so soon enough. And just real quick on the subject of gematriaeffectnews, yesterday before the Monday Night Football game was played in Mexico, we decoded the game on Patreon, and I thought, you know, we might very well see the skull and bones ritual of Andy Reid getting his 202nd career win. And something we've been talking about all year is the rituals paying tribute to the numbers of skull and bones ever since the death of George Herbert Walker Bush last November 30th, 2018. Of course, he was a member of Yale, skull and bones 322. And anyhow, last night's game ended with a score of 41 points, and it was on November 18th, the 322nd day of the year, and the game's official time was 3 hours and 22 minutes. Now, 3 hours and 22 minutes is 202 minutes. If you look at 3:22 on a clock in the morning, it's the 202nd minute of the day. Skull and bones in Gematria. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, it sums to 202. In this game, Andy Reid picked up his 202nd career win. His team improved to 7-4 in Aztec Stadium. Of course, Masonic 74. Skull and bones is a Masonic order. Skull and bones against also 41. George Herbert Walker Bush, number 41. 41 combined points in the game. So this happened yesterday, and just recently the World Series finished, and we figured out at the end of the regular season the World Series was most likely to be the Nationals and the Astros, with the Nationals winning before the postseason began. And we figured that out by following riddles that went on all season between teams connected to the Bush family, the Rangers and the Astros, and in the end the Nationals. And anyway, there were so many things related to skull and bones that we documented during the baseball season, but just on November 18th, the 322nd day of the year, it was reported that a minor league baseball player for the Minnesota Twins, who used to be the Washington Senators, the last team to have a championship since the Washington Nationals, one of their farm league players died. And he was playing just now for a team in New Zealand, the Auckland Tuatara. And notice with the alphabetic order, and the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, Auckland Tuatara and skull and bones are both 149 and 41. And November 18th, 2019 was a date with 41 date numerology as well. Anyhow, these numbers, they're not arbitrary. If you're new here, there are 4 base ciphers, because you might be going, well, wait a minute, you've already said skull and bones is 41, 149, and 202? Yep, and they're all very important. If you watch the film Enemy of the State, a film that came out on November 18th, the 322nd day of the year, at 1 hour and 49 minutes into that film, Will Smith's character looks at his watch, and the time is 3:22. We've shown many patterns with 149 and 3:22. Recently, it happened at the end of the Washington Nationals season. Dave Martinez was managing his 322nd game, 3-2-2, and he was coming in with 149 losses. And again, Skull and Bones was 149. And we pointed out all of this before the game was played, that no doubt the Nationals would win because Dave Martinez would need to stay on 149 losses in his 322nd game. That day they were playing the Cleveland Indians, and there's the story of Prescott Bush stealing Geronimo's skull when he was in Skull and Bones. Prescott Bush, who was a Washington senator. And the day of this game, the day this was played where Dave Martinez coached his 322nd game, it was September 27th, which is the Jesuit Order's birthday. But from the death of Geronimo, February 17th, to September 27th, was 223 days. The reflection of 322, 223 is the 48th prime number. The Nationals were playing the Cleveland Indians. Cleveland's 48. It was a date with a life lesson number of 48. And that day, the Nationals were to pick up their 48th win at home. They did. And then the next day, on a 49-date numerology, they got their 49th win. And then on the day after, on a date with 50 numerology, they got their 50th win. You know, just the other day on Washington State's 130th birthday, Pete Carroll got his 130th win. November 11th, 2019, Washington State turned 130 years old. On that day, Pete Carroll won on Monday Night Football over the 49ers, getting his 130th regular season win with the Seahawks, and his 140th win including the playoffs. Again, that's why you need all these ciphers. Alphabetic order with the rules of numerology, reverse alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. Notice Seattle's 82 in that same game. Seattle became 8-2 for the season, and Russell Wilson became 8-2 on Monday Night Football. When Pete Carroll became the winningest coach in Seahawks history, he had 82 wins. Again, we can go on and on about all these numbers. They're all very relevant. Seattle's MLS team wins the championship in 2019. Said to look for it being a big year for Seattle in sports. Mariners got off to the super hot start. MLS team wins the championship. Anyhow, coming back to the death of this young man. His last name was Costello. His name 115 and 43, like killing, like Masonic. Dead right after the 115th World Series won by the Washington Nationals. Again, November 18th, the 322nd day of the year, the day leaving 43 remaining, the day he died. Yale is the home of Skull and Bones. Yale's nickname's the Bulldogs. Bulldogs is 43. Think about George W. Bush, the 43rd president, member of Skull and Bones. His father, the 43rd vice president and 41st president, member of Skull and Bones. His brother, Jeb Bush, the 43rd governor of Florida. I don't think a member of Skull and Bones, but 43, Florida. The selection of Bush. Anyhow, this young man, Ryan Costello, they reported preliminary indications suggest he died of natural causes. A 23-year-old athlete dies mysteriously from natural causes, and they just report it like no one would ever question it. And again, Tuatara 82-107 like Washington Nationals. Tuatara 19, he died 19 days after the World Series. New Zealand 105 like Nationals. Nationals won 105 games to win the World Series this year. Something we counted up long before it happened. And, anyway, where this young man was from, not far from New Haven, Connecticut. That's where Yale Skull and Bones is. This baseball player who just died on November 18th, 23 years old, natural causes. And, let's see. So anyway, just show you some of these little quick slides I made. Assuming that this is all broadcasting, right? I'll watch it afterwards to make sure that it was doing what I thought it would. But again, just created some visual enhancements for things that we do throughout the week. The TFR call-in show. Got the phone number on the screen. 3 simple rules scrolling. Got it with the browser so I can show you what I'm talking about during the show without giving away people's phone numbers. That was the reason I had to take the camera off the screen, because then it would show the people calling in, but now I can navigate between calls and when I need to show things, so that should be a functional improvement. And from now on, when I'm ranting about how people need to get the book, I can put the book up on the screen. Let's see. And are we streaming? Because I don't see anything going on. Well, I see the chat here. Huh. Well, I'm going to have to tweak this. There's obviously something wrong with that. I thought I had the... it's supposed to show your guys' chat right here. I wonder why that's not working. Alright. Well, that's okay. But, yeah. Yeah, just let me know what you think about some of these things. I just thought it might be nice to have the letters scrolling with their alphabetic order placement. Because, again, if you can memorize these numbers, you can do a lot of things in real time once you get them memorized. So, repetition's key. And here's the plain vanilla, like how we've been doing for how many years. So, wasn't that hard to just add these little simple graphics. Wondering why that chat's not working, though. Put some more time in on that. So anyway, trying to up the production quality a little bit, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow night with the show. I'm hoping people will actually read those rules on the screen. Just try to keep it flowing. Lots of good calls, lots of new callers. Love the veteran callers, but you know, sometimes it'd be nice to hear some new voices. So, all right. I think we covered everything I wanted to talk about. And I'm just so bored of that Trump trial, I don't really want to talk too much about that, so. Let me see. Robert, you don't got a beta test, man, because the whole thing's about to launch. So, the launch is very close, and yeah, everything's working as it should, and we'll continue to make improvements as we get feedback. But yeah, it is very close to launching, so. Cool, you guys like the new ticker. Okay, it looks like it's working too. Let me try this out and see what happens. Let me see what you guys see. It's on quite a time delay. Well, the chat works here, but it's supposed to work in the graphic thing. So there's something wrong with it. I have to figure out how to fix that. Yeah, so anyway, and then the other thing is pretty soon I'm going to start uploading videos to the website. So important content, I'll make sure that, you know, Google can't have it all taken down. It'll be archived on the new site that's going to launch. So 2 new sites launching. Again, they'll be Free to Find Truth, which will be the free social media platform for people to unite and find people in their community that are into truth. And the goal's, you know, to make friends, new connections, and again, try to take steps as a community to have our voices heard and, you know, make the change that we want to see happen. So this website's also going to have forums, so people who want to share and discuss different topics. There'll be a number of ways to communicate, private messaging, groups that you can set up, and also forums, so the larger, you know, the forum will be the place where everyone in the community can find out who's there, and then there'll be other areas where you can sign up or create groups for your community looking for other truth seekers within it. So it is close, and I'm hoping by the radio show time tomorrow I'll be able to have the launch news ready to go. All right, let's see. All right, you guys, we can wrap it up there. Looks like I don't see any new updates in the chat, so maybe everyone went to bed. We'll leave it there, you guys. Be back tomorrow. Till next time.